Okay. All right.
I move for this item. Yes, I move for the
Yeah,
vote.
so, yeah, it's already been motioned and seconded, and so, Mr. Clerk, we're ready for the vote.
Okay, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed,
All right, item 85 is approved. Next item, please.
let's see. 102. Item 102. A resolution rescinding resolution number 1619-24, adopted by the council authorizing the mayor to execute a lease purchase agreement between the city of Birmingham and Edwin B. Lumpkin Jr. for a lease with the right to purchase certain property known as former Buffalo Rock Building located at 34 West Oxmoor Road, Birmingham, Alabama 35209, for a term of 6 months commencing October the 24th and ending on April the 30th, 2025, in an amount of $45,000 per month, with the option to purchase the premises for a purchase price of $7 million, and now authorizing the mayor to execute a new agreement between the city of Birmingham and Edwin B. Lumpkin Jr. for the lease with the right to purchase certain property located at 34 West Oxmoor Road, Birmingham, Alabama 35209, for the sole purpose of conducting business operations related to the city of Birmingham Fire and Police Department activities for a term of 7 months, commencing January the 2nd, 2025, and ending on July the 31st, 2025, in the amount of $45,000 per month, with an option to purchase the premises for the purchase price of $7 million based on 5 annual payments in the amount of $1,220,175.77, with a final 6th payment of $1,151,109. Motion, please.
Move the item. Okay, so this is simply a change in the duration of the agreement and the dates on which it commences and ends. Is that accurate, Chief?
Yes, I'm sorry, Chad Mitchell, Chief Operations. So this item was approved by the council. This was the warehouse that we needed for Birmingham Fire and Rescue and BPD. Due to some negotiations and dealing with the property owner, we decided to back off their property. To back off the property. We don't want it anymore. Yeah,
It reads as if we're still in a
Mr. Foster.
negotiation.
Well, I'm confused now.
Yeah, because, the way the item reads is just simply a change in when it initiates, so.
Yes, Alan Foster, serve as Assistant City Attorney. Yes, this is exactly what you said. This is just to clarify the changes in the lease. Also in the lease, there was a miscommunication. It was initially set for 5% interest rate, which should have been 6% interest rate. And so we wanted to make sure that all of the calculations and numbers also gelled with that as well. So in that document, all of those changes plus what you just named is
Okay.
presented.
So, all right, just want to make sure we're clear on what we're doing here, so,
I'm not.
okay, Counselor
Are
Adams.
we leasing this building with the intent to purchase, or have we decided we're not gonna do it? And if we're not
Yes.
gonna do it, why are we doing it?
Yes, we are leasing the building with the intention to purchase. Yes, ma'am.
We are.
Yes.
Inbox. Focused under switch.
I don't know what happened.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
They're haunted.
So sorry.
They're haunted,
they are.
those devices.
Yes.
Siri tries to be helpful.
Okay, so we are going through with the agreement. I thought I understood Chaz to just finish saying that we weren't going through with it, so that's why I was having.
My apologies, I misspoke because I had other conversations, so I apologize. So whatever Attorney
Okay,
Foster
so
said
I
is
did
correct.
hear what I thought I heard, but it was wrong. I got you.
All
Okay.
right, Pro Tem Alexander?
Yes, thank you. I thought I heard the same thing that you heard, so I'm glad for the clarity as the representative of the district where this is taking place. So just want to be sure if you'll say what you said again, so that we just have clarity on it. It's the way it reads, we are continuing with the project. It's just that there's a change in the interest rate, and it made some changes with what was payable or term, length.
That
Did
is
you say?
correct. The change in interest rate, which affect the actual payment, the dollar amount, and the extending of the term from 6 months to 7 months. So those are the major things that we wanted to bring before the council again, so we'll have full disclosure.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. President, one
Counselor Abbott?
more question. So I know this has been asked before and I just don't recall the answer. Is this space going to take place of the space we've been leasing at Mazers?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
All right, we're ready for the vote.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed?
That item is approved. Are there any additional items?
I think that's it.
Okay, so we'll move to our announcements. Councilor Woods?
All right, one quick announcement. Good morning, everybody. Women in Advanced Manufacturing Program will host their next cohort in January. They're looking to recruit up to 40 women from Birmingham and the greater Birmingham area. There'll be another informational session on January 9th. And if you are interested, you can call 205-929-3451. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilor Woods. Councilor Tate?
Thank you, Mr. President. Jury here, communities will celebrate their Christmas social on Wednesday, December the 18th at 6:30 at Protective Stadium. The next public safety meeting will be held on Tuesday, January the 4th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Please submit agenda items by email no later than Wednesday, January the 8th, no later than 12 noon to the following recipient, gregory.stanley@birmingham.al.gov. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to call the office at the number 205-254-2302 or 205-254-2096. Also, we're going to be having Heal the Block on this Friday. So myself and Councilor Quinn is partnering with Offender Alumni Association, the Urban League, to actually support 100 families that's been affected by gun violence. So please come out, counselors. I'm inviting you to come to the Heal the Block. And this is just an initiative that when I went to Newark, we saw that they did stuff like this to reduce gun violence. But basically, the Heal the Block is really, to go into the community. But this is just we just launching it, and then it'll get bigger. So we'll take it in the community where, communities that's affected by gun violence, and invite all of our partners that offer resources. So come by and enjoy food, activities, and some holiday fun, and love on the families that's been affected by gun violence. Also, we're doing our holiday brunch. Myself and Councilor Clark is partnering together, so I'm inviting my council colleagues to please come out and have brunch with us. And it starts at 10 o'clock at the Tuxedo Room in Ensley. And we're going to be brunching with 100 of our constituents. And then after the brunch, we're going to have Black Men United. It's coming back with an 18-wheeler full of surprises. So we're going to be making sure that people in District 8 and 9 are awarded those nice prizes and things that they will bring in. Just want to talk about Hooper City. They had their Christmas gala. It was good. Very nice gala. So Mr. Anthony Douglas, they really put on a great gala over on last Thursday. And myself and Councilor Quinn had an opportunity to stop by Fountain Height and fellowship with Ms. Bondaria Lyons and those constituencies in District 9 that's in Fountain Height. And also had an opportunity to go out to One Pratt Park where they did their Christmas, 6 Pratt neighborhoods did their Christmas party as well. So a lot of good things were going on this weekend. So that's my announcements, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. Economic Development and Tourism will be 11:30 if we finish in time in these chambers. Thursday, the 19th, District 1, Mr. Woods and myself are going to do our annual East Precinct meals for all the officers of all the shifts for Christmas. And so thanks to Mr. Woods for partnering with us on that. And I was having a conversation with Tad at BJCC about the Birmingham Bowl, and they've already sold 30,000 tickets, which is looks like we're going to have a very good showing for the Birmingham Bowl. So if you need tickets, birminghambowl.com, go ahead and get them, because you want to, maybe not be sitting in that upper deck. So get them now. But anyway, that's all I have.
Excellent. Pro Tem Alexander?
Thank you, Mr. President. These are announcements for District 7. I do want to thank the men of Powderly and the Southwest Alliance. We partnered with them to bring some holiday joy to District 7 on Saturday. Included a parade, and we're always excited we can get out and just represent. We had band members from Winona High School and their feeder school, Green Acres, and so the music and the enjoyment and just the joy of seeing the kids and the families partake of those giveaways and holiday items was very good. We also continue to have social events in D7 that our neighborhood associations are having, so we want to encourage any residents of these groups to please make note of your holiday socials. Priscilla Heights will have theirs at the Mary Dewar Center on Saturday, December 21st, and West Goldwire will have theirs also on December 21st at the Mary Dewar Center. That's at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Counselor Smitherman?
Thank you, Mr. President. The Mason City Neighborhood Association will have their holiday social this Thursday from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at First Baptist Church in Mason City. The next Budget and Finance meeting will be held on Monday, January 13th at 3:30 p.m. Submissions are due Wednesday, January 8th by noon. And then More Than Conquerors, the Wildflower Alliance and Respect Organization will be having a gift wrapping event and bake sale this Saturday from 11 to 3 at More Than Conquerors Faith Church. You can secure your spot by pre-registering at tinyurl.com/TWA gifts. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Counselor Abbott?
Thank you, Mr. President. The next Planning and Zoning meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, January the 8th at 3:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. There are no neighborhood associations this week, meetings in District 3, probably none in anybody else's except a party. But anyway, if you have any concerns or issues, 311 is just operators are waiting on your call. So, and if you don't want to call them, then download the app and turn all that stuff in, because there's plenty of stuff out there that needs turning in. I wanted to ask the administration about our paving policy. The people who are paving our streets are paving up to the top of the curbs in many streets. And this is really a bad idea, because people, when they park on the street, they can't even tell where the curb is because it is now buried in asphalt. And so they end up parking on the right of way or wherever because they don't know that they've driven over the curb. So can y'all investigate and find out why they are doing this? Because curbs are there for a purpose, not to be buried in asphalt.
Mr. President, yes, ma'am. Councilor Abbott, if you have either pictures or videos of specific occurrences, please share those with us so we can have them investigated.
I will send you a bunch. Then the other thing is the street markings. We have had some streets that have been paved for quite a while. They have no center lines. They have no parking spaces marked on them. They have no traffic bars. People are actually stopping their cars like out in the intersection because there's no visible, everything's just black, which is great. I'm appreciative of street paving. I'm not complaining about that, but we need to get our striping team or hire someone to get in there and put center lines and traffic bars and crosswalks and parking spaces, mark them on this new pavement that we've got. We haven't seen anyone since the paving was done, and You know, some of those streets have been paved for months and some of them have been paved for weeks, but nobody has come to do any painting. I know you can't paint in the rain, but it's been long enough to where we had nice weather. So if we can find out what has happened to our street marking operations, and if we don't have them, if we could hire someone.
We'll certainly follow up and investigate globally, but again, if you have specific areas, thank you for helping to be
Okay,
the
well,
eyes
just
and ears
take
on
the
that. But-
street paving list for District 3, and there's no markings.
Okay, yes,
So-
ma'am.
I mean, I can send it to you, but,
No, I think that's pretty pointed. We got
yeah.
it.
And I'll take photographs of the places where the curbs have been obliterated, because we really need, if our specifications don't tell people not to pave our curbs, that's a really bad mistake. But if they're not supposed to be paving up over the tops of the curbs, then we need to send them back to fix it.
Agreed. Thank you. Thank you for the visibility. We'll lean in on that.
Thank you.
Just while we're on the subject of street paving, just a reminder that I would encourage us to revisit our fee schedule for street excavations within the 5-year period after paving. You know, I know that utilities, you know, things happen and repairs have to be made, but it's really, really, really frustrating for everybody when you've got fresh pavement and, you know, you come home and there's a backhoe in the street digging up that fresh pavement. So, yeah, again, just a reminder that, you know, probably need a little bit more disincentive or a little bit more incentive for those types of repairs to be done ahead of street paving projects.
While we're on this sorry, Mr. Moore, but while we're on this topic of striping and street paving, the media did a story about the striping that was done on Rugby Avenue. And I have tons of complaints about it that have come to my office, and I understand. I've spoken with Mr. Fowler, and I understand the goal there. But the issue that the media pointed out and televised to great extent is still a problem because there is no enforcement. So you have cars that are parked everywhere on a street instead of in what is a designated parking area. And so it's not really the striping that's causing the confusion. It's the fact that there's cars parked everywhere because no one knows where to park. So we have got to get Rugby ticketed, everyone that is not parking in a spot that is just, I mean, it kind of looks, some of them look like they just parked their car in the middle of the street and walked away. And so the media covered it because it was so crazy looking. So we really need to get Rugby, some enforcement on Rugby, please.
I got you. Made a note of it.
Councilor Abbott, did you have more announcements?
I do, but not much. I mean, you know, the paving, everybody's so appreciative of having paving. But when you don't have any street markings, like you say, with the parking, you know, we are a very dense area in District 3, and there's lots of people wanting to park, and there's not many places to park. And if you park and you leave 6 or 8 feet between cars, nobody else can park there, but you've wasted basically a parking space. So it just gets really messy when you have no marking. So anyway, the only other thing is that we just continue to encourage residents in our district to go to www.bhamdistrict3.com for all of the other information that we don't have time in what used to be 3 minutes, and I think mine probably expanded to about 10. So, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Abbott. Councilor Moore.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. So, Community Development Committee will take place today at 2 p.m. in council chambers. The next Community Development meeting will take place on Tuesday, January 7th of 2025 at 2 p.m. And so, if you want to have an item seen by the committee, please send that information to d4info@birminghamal.com. d4info at birminghamal.gov. I'm sorry. Park and Recreation Board will also meet this Wednesday, December 18th at 9 a.m. at Legion Field. We will also have the District 4 residents. We will have our holiday party that will take place on this Thursday, December 19th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Shields Conference Center, located at 3969 14th Avenue North. It's a free event. We'll have We'll have DJ CJ the Stick Man, and a special performance by Dominique Posey, and of course, a special showing of Santa Claus, who will also be there. Two things that I did want to find out about was, again, just like everybody else, overjoyed and excited, and, you know, excited for our Parker Thunder and Herd, who were able to, you know, bring home the championship to the city of Birmingham, but wanted to know what we as a city needed to do to get the next state championship to be played at Legion Field as opposed to Protective Stadium, and what the process looks like for that, because, you know, definitely want to make sure that we're, you know, utilizing Legion Field in the way that, you know, it needs to be, so that, you know, we have more events that are taking place there. And so didn't know if that was something that, you know, we needed to do in terms of, you know, putting in a bid for the games to be taking place at Legion Field, because I feel like, you know, years ago that's where the state championship used to be played before, and so just kind of wanted to throw that out there to you all.
Yes, sir. So, Counselor, you're right. It is a bid process, and the specs for the spaces are pretty particular. Chief Mitchell is our liaison on this process, so he can kind of tee that up. But we're in competition with other cities, so we do have to meet certain specifications for the consideration. So,
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, thank you, Chief Sparks. So most of my conversations that we've had in conjunction with the Alabama High School Association was to also host the remainder of the championships in Birmingham. Like Chief Sparks says, most of their specifications are pretty tight, and what they're asking for is what is basically what we have with Protective Stadium. But I'm not saying that that is our end-all, be-all, because we have had other conversations that can lead up to the actual championship that we can host at a Legion Field or another stadium. So we're not counting Legion Field out. It is on the table, but as we noted in the last bid process, they're more concerned and have more interest in Protective.
Got you. And even if it's not the state championship, just finding other events that can take place at Legion Field. We want to make sure that, you know, we get that utilization there. And then last but not least, wanted to, you know, just bring up a concern that was brought to me in my district about a sinkhole, and I can send you the address of the resident who has the sinkhole that is, you know, in their backyard. And so wanted to just make sure that I brought that to you all's attention over in the Maple Grove neighborhood.
Maple, can you give the address? You have? Okay,
Yes, sir.
we got it.
All right. Thank you. That
Right.
concludes my announcements.
That brings us, excuse me, that brings us to District 5. Want to recognize a guest in the audience, former State Representative Patricia Todd. Thank you for joining us. Council, as you can probably hear, the bands are starting to get warmed up outside for the parade, and looks like we may have time, if you're available, for some of us to join that. I know that there are other committee meetings and other work that has to be done too, so as Pro Tem Alexander said earlier, not all of us will be able to join in the parade, but happy for the football team. Also, just want to confirm that our regularly scheduled committee of the whole meeting that would normally happen tomorrow afternoon has been canceled. And next week, the council meeting would fall on Christmas Eve. So instead, we have scheduled council meeting to occur on Monday, the 23rd. So just be sure that you're on track. In other announcements, Central City Neighborhood Association meets tonight at 6 p.m. at the Downtown Public Library. This month, it will be on the 4th floor of the Research Library instead of the 1st floor of the main library. The Transportation and Infrastructure Committee will meet next Monday, December 23rd at 2 p.m. Our committee members, our main assignment for that committee meeting is to make a recommendation on filling the vacancy in the BJCTA board, and my staff has sent you the packet of applicants for that. And then if we have any other submissions, please contact Kimberly Phillips at kimberly.phillips@birminghamal.gov. And then finally, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute will host a Kwanzaa Family Workshop on Saturday, December 21st, 2024 from 10 a.m. to noon. Registration is available at www.bcri.org. And that concludes my announcements. Mr. Clerk, we don't have any speakers signed up today, and so that brings me to
Officers.
Yes, yeah. I was just getting to it. So I want to recognize our officers on duty today. We have with us Officer Hall, who's based here in City Hall, and Officer Jones from West Precinct. Thanks anyway for being with us. Appreciate you. And that brings us to our last item.
I move for adjournment.
All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Hey, this is Darrell O'Quinn. Congratulations to the Thundering Herd Parker High School for winning the state championship in 6A. Awesome work, guys. These guys have been working hard for this for a long time, and they finally got it done tonight. They played an excellent game. It was a hard-fought victory, but they got it done.
Let's go Herd!
I feel great for all the kids and the parents. This is something that they've, really worked hard for again. We've got some great football teams here locally, but Parker's definitely been at the top of the heap and, vying for this for a long time.
Willie didn't have on his Santa Claus suit.
Hey, we're at Springville Road Library, man. We got a holiday open house, just a lot of great activities going on behind me. We've got Santa Claus set up in the multi-purpose room, a couple scenes, families are able to come out, get your picture with Santa, whether it's family picture, the kids get a picture, but I just want to have some holiday cheer, man, have a reason for people to come out, hang out with each other, get to know other neighbors, and get your picture taken with Santa. So just a great opportunity, a great community activity, and so we're excited to be able to put this on right here and get Santa to come down to Birmingham from the North Pole. And I can remember being 3 and 4 years old here in the library, hanging out, doing activities, checking out books, and so to be able to kind of make sure those things are continuing on and joining in alongside of our great library system and all that they do. And so just incredible to come out, play a role, and just impacting the community and carrying it forward. As I said, just people be able to come together and see that people care, want to go out of their way to kind of create these spaces and just hopefully bring some joy this Christmas.
He get his keys and open the doors to his home. Not only is he open the doors to his home, doors to our community is being opened.
I'm excited for the land bank. I'm excited for Caroline, the vision that they had, as she stated. You know, they started on it in 23 when they presented it and talked to me about it. It was a no-brainer for me, and to see these neighborhoods being restored is just awesome in itself. You know, we have a lot of empty lots, infield. They need to be filled with houses, and they continue to give people an opportunity to become homeowners. He could have been anywhere, but he chose Fountain Heights, which is great. So it's great for the community, just boosting the morale in the community. It's a great day for me as a counselor because it just shows that my advocate and, you know, my conversations with the mayor and with, you know, community development, land bank is not going, you know, falling on deaf ears. They're listening. They're carrying out the vision, and when they bring something to me, and if it makes sense for the people, they know that I'm on board. So I'm excited for Mr. Reed, you know, and his family, and I believe in, you know, what they're doing.